first thing. Now, this right here, this was crazy to me that I read, and I wish I would have watched this interview. I'm gonna see if I could actually look at this. Um, I want to know what y'all think Lakers land about what DeMar DeRozan had to say about the Lakers because they're honestly everybody be complaining about Rob Pelinka not doing anything over the summer, how the offseason has been really weak for the Lakers, right? And I totally agree. But when you look in hindsight at all the guys that were available, who out there really could change life for our Los Angeles Lakers? Like, Klay Thompson was available. I don't believe Klay Thompson, he may have been an improvement for this team, but I don't think that he would have automatically changed life. I think it would have been some other things that would have needed to be done. Um, DeMar DeRozan, he opted to go to Sacramento, which kind of surprised me because I thought he would have went for the Lakers if he had the choice to. This was a trade. I don't believe this was a free agent move. This was a trade opportunity, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he go on free agency? I think DeMar was. I want to say DeMar was traded from Chicago, but he might have been a free agent. I'm not sure because I think he did have options as far as destinations. I don't know if I got to go back and look, but he had made it known that the Lakers organization he felt like they didn't show him interest in wanting him or as much as LeBron and AD showed. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Is this another piece of evidence that I've been talking about how Rob Pelinka has been pretty much sabotaging this whole thing? I could understand if the Lakers couldn't afford DeMar DeRozan. But DeMar is giving us the impression from this interview that he felt like he wasn't even wanted. Like the Lakers, they knew what they wanted to do. They made their choice, so they were going to try to lowball DeMar DeRozan in order to try to save some money and then add on some more pieces. Like they didn't give him or offer him the respect I think he deserved. And that kind of blew my mind because I'm like, wait a minute, man. Wait, there wasn't a lot of guys out there in the first place for the Lakers to pick up. If this was an affordable move, why wouldn't Rob Pelinka pull a trigger on DeMar DeRozan? Especially coming off the year that he had in Chicago. Great fit, veteran, a shooter, a scorer. It kind of bugged me out. The only thing that I could think of is that, the Lakers, their offer to him was a low one. I think it must have been about the money. I think DeMar DeRozan, in addition to playing on a team that's competitive, I think he wanted to be paid respectfully because he made a comment that he just wanted to win and went on an elite level. And I'm like, yo, why it seem like dudes are disrespecting the Lakers like that? Why when they talk about the Lakers, like the Lakers can't win, like we're not competitive? And I looked at DeMar DeRozan a little bit funny, but then hearing this, he telling me it wasn't even about him. It wasn't about the stars neither. LeBron and AD, they showed interest. They wanted him. He said the Lakers as an organization didn't really show that they were interested in him. And I'm like, yo, what is Rob Pelinka and them? What are they doing? What are they really waiting for? Because DeMar DeRozan, to me, he's the most skilled addition that the Lakers could have gotten this year. Valanciunas, as far as the big man, that might would have been the best fit for the Lakers as far as the guys that have been available. But DeMar DeRozan would have been a better addition to me than a Klay Thompson. I just don't know exactly what he was asking for, and maybe that's the reason why the Lakers didn't ultimately pull the trigger because the Lakers don't have any money. We're not going to sit up there and act like the Lakers, even though they are a historic franchise, they are definitely struggling financially. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but just the simple fact that D'Lo saying that it was the organization that made him feel like he really wasn't wanted. I have to point the finger at Rob Pelinka without knowing the reasons. I have to point the finger. DeJounte Murray, that's another guy who's a good player. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you, Seth. I never really was sold that DeJounte Murray would be a good piece for this Lakers team. Something is definitely better than nothing. In hindsight, when you look at what we do have, he would have been a good addition, maybe, but for who? Because I wouldn't feel so great right now having DeJounte Murray on my team, but not having D'Lo, not having Austin Reeves, not having Rui Hachimura right now. I don't feel like DeJounte Murray, even though he's a good player, I don't feel like he's much of an asset to the team that we could lose some other guys and still be okay. I don't think he's that good of a player. I'm willing to swap or sacrifice guys for somebody like a Demar DeRozan. I believe Demar DeRozan is a game changer. Somebody like Trey Young is a game changer. I just don't think chemistry wise, Trey Young would fit well with LeBron and AD. Big picture, but it was kind of bogus to me just to hear about the Lakers not really wanting or making DeMar DeRozan feel like they were interested in him. What the hell are the Lakers really looking for, and what are we waiting for? Seems to be the $1,000,000 question. Sandcastle girl in the building. It's a fact. It doesn't. It's just I feel like we just on a damn treadmill at the end of the day. Got the big homie Dino in the building. Dino said Rob Pelinka best for the classic line at the end of the Boys in the Hood. Rob either don't want to know, don't show, or just don't care what's going on with the Lakers. And that's a fact, bro. I couldn't have said it more better. And then we all know that, Rob Pelinka, he's comfortable in his position. Nepotism flies all through the Lakers organization. We know part of the reason why Rob Pelinka goes from an agent to a general manager is because of nepotism, his relationship with Kobe, the relationship with the Buss family. So as long as the Lakers stay relevant on the business end, Rob Pelinka ain't going nowhere. That's the bad part about it. It seems like the basketball decisions Jeannie Buss is gonna give him such a pass, such amount of leeway, and it sounds kind of funny and weird. I know a lot of Laker fans don't want to hear it, but shit, guys like LeBron James and Anthony Davis ultimately are the scapegoats. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if the Lakers are really going to be competitive, like a chance to come represent the Western Conference, we're asking guys like LeBron and AD to do some heroic shit without any help. Rob Pelinka, the one that signed all these guys to all these little opt-in deals, and none of these niggas are available to be playing this upcoming season. So, that it just kind of trips me out. And then when DeMar DeRozan comes out and say that it was the Lakers, the organization, not LeBron, not AD, it was the Lakers organization that made him feel like they didn't have that much interest in bringing him on. That just got me shaking my head at the boy Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss too. She doesn't get a pass neither. She don't get a pass neither. Seth says either Rob has a plan or he's sabotaging. I mean, there's no in between. It's got to be one or the other. But I'm not trying to put myself in the position of Rob Pelinka. I'm not trying to make it seem like I know what's best for the Lakers more than Rob. But if we're talking about a plan, what type of plan is there out there? Is there a plan to bring Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, or Steph Curry into a Lakers uniform? I doubt it. If that's not the plan, then honestly, realistically, bro, I'd rather just keep what we got and just fight. Unless we feel like dudes don't have the heart. Like I'm gonna keep it real. I told y'all I'm not sold on Vando no more. I am hoping that he gets better, but with all his injuries and Gabe Vince and all these other niggas, I ain't jacking none of these niggas that have not been available for us when we needed it the most. Satro in the building. Salute to you, my G. You already know how we coming. But yeah, man, it's going to be a roller coaster ride for the Los Angeles Lakers. We are 23 days away from preseason. I'm not comfortable with our roster. I'm not comfortable with our starting projected lineup. There's just no excitement. And now we got all these guys that's not even going to be on the court. Forget how productive they're going to be. We're not even going to see dudes in uniform. Shit is sad, Lakerland. It's really sad. Exactly. Braun is 40 years old, and we can't have it both ways. We do know that LeBron's 40-year-old is different from the average 40-year-old. So we know that LeBron is a freak of nature, but father time is father time. Wear and tear is wear and tear. LeBron got so many minutes on those legs. Why at this point in year 21, year 22, excuse me, should the Lakers have to rely on LeBron James to get it done? I think honestly, and I hate to say this, it sounds so disrespectful. In order for the Lakers to win, LeBron James has to be the third best player on the team. I don't. There's no other way for me to wing it. LeBron has to be the third best player on the team, I believe, in order for them to be competitive in the West. And I don't see how that could happen. It can't happen with the roster. There's no one on our team right now that will be able to step up to be better than LeBron, especially this upcoming season. We can't afford an all-star or a superstar, as far as just bringing one in. So we're going to have to sacrifice. We're going to have to trade. What do we have as far as value? D'Lo, I don't want D'Lo to go at this point. Rui Hachimura, Rui has value, but remember, Rui kind of got injured over the summer. We don't know how healthy Rui is. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. Brian said the Lakers are garbage. I can't argue. I can't argue about what we got because it's nothing. It's nothing to be real excited about. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you, Brian. I'm not gonna let you play this game because you got these Sixers with Joel Embiid and Paul George and Tyrese Maxey. Y'all looking good like this is 2K. But how many times are we going to give Joel Embiid a pass? Don't talk about my Lakers when your Philadelphia 76ers can't even get to the conference finals. Your boys got some work to do, Brian. Let's keep it a buck. Sandcastle said, can't believe none of these niggas had surgery and something. Thank you. Thank you. Like, what's to all this surgery now? Everybody was so quiet. And if I believe that if these guys were not healthy, because remember, Vando and Christian Wood, both of those guys' names were in conversations about being available when the Lakers played the Denver Nuggets last year in the first round. Y'all remember when the Lakers played Denver last year in the first round? How they talked about how Vando could possibly be back by game 3. We thought maybe Christian Wood was supposed to be coming back for game 3 or game 4. We ain't seen neither one of them dudes. Christian Wood, he all on the internet talking about he coming back with a vengeance and, he opted in and all this other stuff. And he had surgery. Said nothing about him being injured. And the same thing with the other dude. Like, there's no transparency. I feel like the Lakers just be lying to us, keeping secrets. Shit is bogus. I'm not sold on Trae Young, Seth, being with the Lakers. I respect Trae Young's game. I believe Trae Young is definitely a star. I just don't. Like putting Trae Young and LeBron James and Anthony Davis together as a 3-man unit, I don't see success at the end of the day. They'll be okay. I just don't like it. I really don't. Something about that trio doesn't do it for me. It really don't. Vando and Wood are definitely tweaking. And then we got this unproven coaching staff. Who knows what JJ Redick, what he's going to be able to bring to the table. It's going to be an interesting one. For all the latest news and debates on the Los Angeles Lakers, be sure to subscribe here to the Lakers Land platform.